Hello, 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 and thank you for tuning in to our first installment of Michael Uhila Presents Jam with Poets. My name is Alfred Souffront, and I will be your host. Now, before we get started, I'd like to give you a little bit of insight on what Jam with Poets is about. Jam with Poets is a show dedicated to bringing young and upcoming performing artists out to a live setting where they can get their work and talent and names out there. Now, this evening, I'm going to be bringing you two poets whose elegant way with words are going to tantalize your ears, possibly bring you to find some new fears, hell, maybe even cry some tears. Followed by three musicians. One, a solo guitarist who's just going to play his way straight into your heart. The other is a beautiful young vocalist. And the third, well, I like to leave that for last because that's my special guest, and we love to end on a good note. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into things. Bringing out our first poet from a little bit of here and a little bit of everywhere. She's gone from Washington, D.C. to Hawaii, back here to California, the Bay Area. And, well, she's a teacher, if that means anything. I'd like you to welcome Daniell Gealson.
This one's called Suicide. I want you to know that she does not cry for you. She cries for the mother of the selfish child who has lost her son. She cries for her children because they lost their one true father. She cries for the ones who loved, the ones who knew, and the innocent who will suffer, but she does not cry for you. She does cry, and she does think. She will not think of the past with a smile on her lip. She will remember. She will struggle for one happy memory. She will mourn for her children. She will struggle. She will fight. She will cry, but she does not cry for you. This one's called Jazz in the Shower Curtain. You try not to see him when you stop. You pull into the gas station and you open the little door with a pop. He sits on the cement curb watching. His big brown eyes stare as you turn your back. He watches you filling your gas tank. He has no car, no food, no home. His possessions fit into a small cart. His single worn blanket made of fleece. Dog turns his head, looks at his master, cold in the rain. His master has a thin worn jacket, old boots, no gloves. I looked. I saw sadness and defeat. I went home. I got water and food. I got soap. I got coats. I got dog food. I went back to sea with my trunk full. I went back to the station looking. I went to find the man and his dog. His name is Jazz, he said with a little cough. He stood up. I was scared he was going to fall over. He was an old man, broken and worn. I popped my trunk. His eyes filled with tears. I brought you things you could use tonight. I thought you might like. Are you hungry? He had no teeth in his wrinkled mouth. His eyes wrinkled as his tear rolled down. His prayers were answered. His dog was fed. He filled his cart with food and water. He began to walk back to his curb when his eyes landed on my garbage. Are you going to throw that away? He asked. Are you able to use it? Where do we look when we turn away? I didn't look away as he turned, grasping his new treasure in his arms, the brown faux leather shower curtain that changed his view of the gas station. This one's called The Story, and it's just a story, and I'm sure you've heard it before. Not this one, perhaps, but you have heard it. You might even have known her. The girl in your class with the messy hair. She wore the same thing every day, without washing it in between. Her hair was cut unevenly. She always brought her lunch, a peanut butter sandwich, no jelly, and an orange. No juice, no cupcake, no soda, no chips. She failed all her classes but knew all the answers. She cried in the bathroom at recess. Nobody wanted to talk to her. She smelled like old socks. But they didn't know, and how could they, what waited for her at the end of her walk home? Her key was hung around her neck, and she always walked alone. In the door was the kitchen, with one clean spot on the floor where she dropped the bottle of cleaner after cleaning a whole counter full of dishes. There was a recliner in front of an old wooden TV, surrounded by beer cans and old dishes. The old orange couch full of laundry. These are her chores for the night. Her chores will be done before he gets home. Do all the laundry and the dishes, vacuum the house, clean the bathrooms, make her own dinner, tuck herself in. Sometimes he came home drunk. Sometimes he brought friends. Tuesday night parties with his child tucked into bed. Heaven forbid she didn't finish her chores. What have you done all day? You aren't going to do anything with your life. You're not good enough to dig ditches. He could knock her down with a hit to the face. She would have welts on her back from his belt, dragged across the room by her hair, or hit a wall because he kicked her. But it wasn't his fault. He has a heart condition. He takes medication. I deserved it. I was bad. I didn't finish my chores. I didn't get good enough grades. I must be a bad person. I don't have any friends. I'm only 12 years old, and it's all my fault, because it has to be. And then the last one, the fly killer. The newspaper hit, and the fly is gone. The human pushes a button, and the city is gone. The wall is built. The killer cries no tears. Why is it you can kill? Who built your walls? Were you born in a protective casing? I don't understand how you can take a life, how you can look into the eyes of something so beautiful and see its soul, its meaning of life, and its drive for survival, and wham! Deny it the right to live. Did you dream last night of something you wanted to accomplish? Did you see an award, a trophy, or a place you want to go? Can you see yourself achieving that goal? Did the man you just killed want to go there too? Was the woman that you just raped and murdered the next Nobel Peace Prize winner? Do you really think that others don't dream? And what about the soldier high up in the sky with his plane full of guns and bombs, and his soldier with a stick in his buttons, like hundreds of shining eyes staring at him, no longer aiming at a man, but just one fly at another. The button is pushed. Wham! The fly is dead, and you set the newspaper down, but within reach, to exterminate the next pest that gets in your way.
Danielle Gealson, everybody. Now you can absolutely tell that she's a teacher just by the way that she kept you hanging on every word that she said as she went along. Now, I'm going to go ahead and bring out one of our first three musical acts. This is our self-taught young guitarist who's going to come up here and bring you a little bit of his soulful renditions with a little bit of a sense of Bob Marley in there as well. So if you've never heard of him, I extremely urge you go and check him out on SoundCloud after the show or Facebook. Anthony Souffront.
Hello everyone, how are you doing? My name is Anthony Souffront, and this is an original song that I wrote a while back called Gonna Fly. Hope you like it. that day you walked away. I said you broke my heart. Well, and you left me full of pain. And now that it's over, yeah, yeah, I said I don't know what to do. Saying I can move on with my life, and it's all because of you. And that's why gonna fly, gonna fly, gonna fly. Gonna fly, gonna fly, gonna fly. Ooh, I'm gonna fly, yeah. Well, do you remember the last words you said to me? You said I love you, boy, but please just let me be. Well, if this love was just a fling, I said you could have just let me know. But you wait 3 long years. I said that ain't the way to go. So yeah, yeah, said I know I'm gonna fly, yeah. So high, yeah. I know I'm gonna fly, yeah. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Well, do you remember, baby, that day you walked away? Oh, girl, said you broke my heart. Well, and you left me full of pain. And now that it's over, yeah, I don't know what to do. 'Cause every day and every night, every moment, all I think about is you. That's alright, I'm gonna fly, yeah. Fly so high, I'm gonna fly, yeah. Spread my wings, I'm gonna fly, yeah. Said I needed you here, oh, yeah, yeah. That's alright, I'm gonna fly, yeah. Spread my wings, I'm gonna fly, yeah, yeah. Do 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 do.
Oh, absolutely amazing stuff from this young man. Now, I'm going to leave him up on stage because I'm getting ready to bring out our next solo artist, solo vocalist. Now, you're going to make sure to look for this young lady upcoming soon in a few movies because she's also an aspiring actress. So, performing their song Wonderful, I'd like you to welcome up Alicia Rodriquez.
Hi, the song is called Wonderful.
Beautiful, magnifique, girl's a queen at her peak. She's got it all, or so it seems. This woman's gold, and she's got dreams, dreams to be the greatest girl. Dreams of dreams that can make her fly. She just wants to be one thing, and it's wonder. Oh, she just wants to be one thing, and it's wonderful. Summer days, purple haze, she's caught up in her own new phase. No one can see her cry as she sits with the passing by. She just wants to be one thing. She just wants to be one thing, and that is wonderful. She just wants to be wonderful. She just wants to be one thing, it's wonderful. She just wants to be one thing, it's wonderful. Beautiful, magnifique, girl's a queen at her peak. She's got it all, so it seems. This woman is gold, and she's got dreams, dreams that can take her, to make her fly. One that can make her go and touch the sky. She just wants to be one thing, it's wonderful. Oh, she just wants to be one thing, it's wonderful. She just wants to be one thing, it's wonderful. She just wants to be one thing, it's wonderful. Oh yeah, it's wonderful. Oh yeah, it's wonderful. Ooh yeah, she's wonderful. She wants to be the greatest. She is wonderful. She's wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely beautiful voice on that young lady. If acting doesn't work out, well, hell, I know she can get any kind of work with that voice. Well, I'm going to be bringing up our final poet of the evening. This young man comes from New York City. Now he's a member of Stanford's Spoken Word Collective. I'd like to welcome Kunal Sangani.
Hi, my name's Kunal, and I'm with the Stanford Spoken Word Collective, upstate New York, and I miss my family and home out there, so this poem, which is called Woodchuck Hill, is for them. The road I live on, Woodchuck Hill, when you follow it away from the city, the woods take over most of the drive, tangled roots and thick trunks like torsos, interrupted sporadically by large lit estates with wrought iron gates. When you drive along it summer nights, there's often deer waiting at the roadside, shoulder blades hunched and eyes shining white against the headlights, sometimes a troop of 7 or 8, and if you drive slow, they'll cross the road with rib-hugging skin illuminated, descending into the woods on the other side or jumping chest-high fences in one fluid motion, body cantilevered over the iron legs buckled up, fur an inch away from the fence spikes. This always fascinated me, each time inches away from being gutted, torn one clean seam down the chest, as if passing from one land to another was roulette. When I come home this summer, my parents and I, we go for the old walk through the sagebrush in the back neighborhoods. As we climb the hill that reaches the main road, my mom must stop for breath, and she takes in the air like there is not much of it left for her to take. My father stands at the hilltop and complains of knees wore thin and aching joints. Each time I come, I catch them in these snapshots of age. Each time I come, they're older than I can ever imagine. And this past summer, a friend's mother was sent to the emergency room with her hip cracked open to ink on x-ray slides. Another friend's father has been diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease. I'm wondering what waits next time I arrive, next time I cross from California to this old spruce land. I'm wondering how many trips I have left till time careens too low, plucks from the light that is mine, one clean seam torn open. This is the fear that hangs hot like a fever as I board the plane, as the flight attendant gives me that trained smile, as the plane pulls itself from the ground, from its incredible weight, towing high over the starling metropolis, fishnets of light, constellations worked into the earth, and all I can think is, God, I hope we make it. Thanks.
Kunal Sangani, everybody. Obviously, quite clearly, a very strong member of Stanford's spoken word collective. Well, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we are almost out of time. But before I bring out our final guest, I want to go ahead and give all of my other guests a very, very, very special thank you, because if it weren't for you all tonight, we wouldn't be able to have made this show happen. Now, just coming in about an hour ago, jumping off of a plane from the St. Thomas Virgin Islands, international recording reggae artist. And if you don't know who he is, you can look him up on SoundCloud. You can look him up on Twitter, on Facebook, and even MySpace if you still use that. Melame Gange.
Thank you. My name is Melame Gange. Thank you so much for inviting me into your world, to your living room, to your life, to your space. I'm here to promote my new single. It's called Dance and Partner. You can check it out on movementtunes.com/Melame Gange. That's movementtunes.com. It's 1T. So I'm going to take you way, way back to the days when people used to dance together. So my single is about celebrating dance cultures of the world and the power that it brings to the human spirit. When music was used to express dance, when dance expressed what we felt when we hear the music, you know. So if you know it, you can sing along with me. In my mind, you're my dancing partner, closer to me, woman. In my mind, in my mind, you're the inspiration. In my meditation, in my mind, and in my heart and soul, where your love brings my desire, well, in my life, you bring me such a joy in my mind. dancing partner. Oh, yes, you are. Closer to me, woman. Closer to me in my mind. In my mind. You're the inspiration. Oh, yes, you are now, woman. In a meditation. Meditation in my mind. If you want me to love you, then woman, you know that I would. And if you want something to play with, go and find yourself a toy. I'm not a little boy in my mind. You're my dancing partner. Closer to you, man. In my mind. Thank you, people. We love you.
Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. And I will go ahead and say this has been Michael Uhila Presents Jam with Poets. I've been your host, Alfred Souffront, and I hope to see you again on our next installment. Thank you.